boy, man. We are back on the Scat Pack build. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. Let's get it. We left off on building the port through the rear deck. Man, that thing is blowing through. When I tell you this back window is gonna flex something heavy, guys, this thing is gonna flex something heavy. Got the rear deck out, about to build a brand new one. We are gonna definitely do the port opening. Then we are gonna put 2 6s and a tweeter back here. Was gonna do a little quick panel right here to do 6s and tweeters, but it's gonna lose the function of the actual armrest itself. So we just put that on hold for another build. That just means, man, the rear deck is going to be extra loud now. So for today's video, we are going to build the rear deck. I already went ahead and did some detonator on the car as well too. Pulled the carpet on the trunk lid. We pulled the carpet on the side of the trunk itself. Down here we got some detonator as well too, man. Your boy went to town with it. Still got to do some on the tag, but for the most part, though, we cannot stop all the shake, rattle, and roll. But man, we can calm it down just a bit because I like the shake. I like the rattle. I like hearing that sound. That lets me know that the sound system is beating. We got the setup in the back ready to get down on some woodworking, and the walking from here to the front yard, man, we're gonna get our steps in, and so we can do our daily exercise, guys. Guys, man, check out the rear deck, guys. Very close to the panel. Man, this thing is looking so dope. From just scrap piece of wood to look at that. Man, that thing is dead on there. And we put a chamfer on the back lip just so I'll have like that slope of the window. Looks really good. And you see the port, man, that thing comes right up to it. So I already got the port lined up. I just need to adjust it a little bit better, but the cutout is ready to get cut out. And I am gonna like do a pre-cut out. Then I got another piece over there that I can route around. So it gives me like my perfect cutout for it. I'm telling you, man, this window right here is gonna do the wave on it, man. But we're getting closer and closer, boys. Let me keep working. You see like right there, that's the chamfer. That's for that curve on that back window. The port's gonna go somewhere right here in the center. And this is going to be my piece that's going to be like kind of 3D up, but then we're going to put a chamfer on it so it has like an angle. And then I am doing the cutout by hand with jigsaw on this piece, and once I get it done and I sand it nice and smooth, I'm going to staple it on the actual rear deck, and I'm going to go ahead and router it out so it's pretty much identical. It would make a lot more sense for me to staple that rear deck onto the port right here. And router it out so it's pretty dead on perfect with the actual port. But the only thing is when we go to wrap this thing in vinyl, it's going to be rather difficult to do tuck and roll with it being square. It always works a lot better when it's rounded, so that's why we have to go ahead and do rounded on the corners. Once we cut her out, either we'll do rounded or we'll do chamfer on it and then do the chamfer on the edge. Man, this thing's gonna look dope. You'll never even notice that it's probably like a little baby hair, not identical on the corners only, but the corners have to be rounded no matter what to make our life a lot easier when we go to wrap the vinyl on the rear deck. And we're building everything right here in the backyard with some simple stuff. No templates, no nothing, just straight brain, guys. Look how crazy that looks. So freaking good. So that's 3/4, and I'm gonna do the one on the sides for the speakers, which will be 1/2 inch. It'll give it like pyramid type of look, you feel me? I feel once we do that 1/2 inch lip, man, it's gonna bring that thing to life, and it's looking super dope, guys. I'm very happy with how the rear deck is coming out. It's been tedious work to get it perfect. Look at that. Perfect. Very tedious work to get it perfect, guys, but man, it's coming to life, and it's just so time consuming, guys, but at the end of the day, look, it looks so dope. So these plates should not actually be that bad. We just got to make sure that we have enough space for our 6, and I got like this little ring right here just to give ourselves some room to play with. So we may do one here because we know our magnet's on this lip. So I'll just trace this so we can get some idea. And even if we come out a little bit, it'll still work in our favor because the magnet will drop here and not over here. And this is where our cutoff is at. We could even go over here and the magnet will just drop right in, which we probably will. And if we got to cut a little bit of extra metal, so be it. So we'll just draw a line, because this is where we know that rear deck line's at. So we could even just do this right here. This over here. Man, look at this, guys. We're getting way too drippy with it, but you get the concept. It's square right now, but once we hit it with that chamfer, guys, that thing's gonna be dope. But you see the difference in the height, and trust me, when we do that chamfer, you'll definitely see the difference on all that stuff, guys. Since I'm almost done with the rear deck, let's go into Hobby Lobby and get the vinyl. So as soon as that we're done, and we can go ahead and wrap this thing. I need to get a vinyl with a very nice texture on it, so it'll look like pretty much factory. It looks like this one looks pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see like the texture in it. It looks very nice. I like it. But let's see what else they got. Like this one, it just has more of like a leather print. It doesn't have like real deal texture on it like this one. You see it? This one looks really dope. That looks good. Alright, so I think this one's gonna be the winner. And I'm gonna go ahead and find a worker so I can get it cut, man. This is gonna look good with that rear deck that we just built. We are back on the rear deck, guys. These are the speaker pods for the rear deck itself. And your boy got the vinyl right here, guys. I just love the texture on this. You see it? It's gonna look really good inside the car. So when we go to wrap the rear deck, we're gonna wrap it in 3 different parts. The rear deck itself, and then the raised 3D pieces, just because, like, man, I want them edges to look perfect. I want this whole rear deck just to be on point completely. All right, so we need to give ourselves a very nice lip to work with, because I am gonna chamfer these pieces out, and I do not want them to interfere with the speaker basket. So we got to give ourselves a good enough space in order so you guys can see that chamfer. These panels, once they get routed out and the actual shape, because they could actually be smaller than what this is once we actually put the speakers on it, and we just want it to look good all the way around. All right, so let's actually take out the actual Sendo mid. We'll get an exact size of cutout and the basket. Let's trace out the outer of it. I'll just go ahead and put this right here. And honestly, guys, this is, I wasn't even trying, but this is actually like a perfect fit. It's crazy how perfect this all fit in together. It's always good to just double check. Look, and don't mind that tweeter cutout. As soon as you put that tweeter in, it doesn't even make a difference. From the looks of it, it looks everything fits pretty good. Once we hit it with the chamfer bit, man, that thing's gonna look dope, man. And once we actually set it on the rear deck itself, man, it's gonna take this rear deck to a whole nother level. And this is what the rear deck looks like before we chamfer it. Man, it looks really, really good. Like I said, the pieces line up really, really decent. We just gotta chamfer that out. Actually cut out the holes on the actual rear deck itself. The metal on the factory rear deck is already cut out, so the speakers are just gonna drop right in. Man, once we put this lip right here, it's gonna look like we are doing something. Let's check it out. Your boy even went ahead and rounded it off in the front. Man, looks really, really good. Front lip on there just brings out the whole rear deck's life. It just completely makes it look like a rear deck, but man, we still got to put the pieces in there that's going to really make that thing stand out. Got the one piece right here, bam. This is the other one that goes right here. This thing's going to look so good inside the actual car itself. This is the one that's going to go right here. Look at that rear deck. That thing looks so good. Man, drop down in the comments and let me know what you guys think. I'm telling you guys, this rear deck, as soon as it goes in, when it's all vinyled up, man, this thing's gonna look really, really good. All right, so you guys ready to see this rear deck? Man, I must say, this is probably like one of my best rear decks, only because it's got like the new modern style in it. And man, it just looks dope, man, but let's check it out. Man, this rear deck is fresh, man. Everything about it, guys, it's pretty dead on. So the pieces are just set in there. They're not aligned up perfect, but I mean, you get the gist of it. So I do gotta cut a little bit of metal on the far end speakers just so they can clear a little bit. We just cut out metal just to get stuff going, but once we actually start doing like assembly and everything, we know what requires a little bit more work than others. But man, for the most part of it, guys, I can say honestly, man, this thing is dope. It's coming out pretty good. I am very happy with the outcome of the rear deck. And man, this is, once we wrap it in that vinyl, guys, man, this thing's gonna be super dope. But you see the ported plate, that thing is 3/4, and the outer plate, it is 1/2 inch, so you know, it gives a little 3D look. This one's more higher than the other one, so it played out pretty good. But man, I must say, guys, this thing is looking very dope, and like, it's dead on cut, guys. Look at that thing, very good. And I can't wait to see this thing wrapped into black vinyl. It's gonna be a whole another level of custom work. Look how good that thing looks, man. I'm very impressed with my work, guys. And like I said, I feel like this is like a very good rear deck that I've built, just because it has like that modern touch. So stay tuned for the next video, because the car is definitely going to start to look like something. Don't miss a video, man. Turn the notification bell to on, get notified whenever we drop a video of this cat pack so you can keep up, man. Till then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.